Egld value gauge May 2022. In May 2022 the expense of Elrond in a real not set in stone to in every practical sense be at around a base worth of 74.45. The Elrond esteem fundamentally worth can really show up at a restriction of 84.64 with the run-of-the-mill trading worth of 82.29 in Ust Elrond value figure June 2022. The truly typical expense of Elrond Egld could explicitly go to 83.94 toward June's end. Incredibly Egld could really be trading around a biggest kind of worth of 88.76 with the base expected cost of 8,002 which truly is very huge. Elrond Egld value expectation July 2022 concerning July 2022 Elrond cost is guessed to show up at a fundamentally the most impossible level of 82.54. The Egld cost could in a real sense show up at a biggest possible level of 92.11 with the regular gauge cost of 86.46 in a significant manner. Elrond Egld value figure August 2022 for August the expense of Elrond especially is expected to truly show up at a common month to month actually the farthest especially reaches of 88.18. While the coin will trade between a constraint of 96.44 and no less than 85.05 in every way that really matters large way. Elrond Egld value expectation September 2022 with respect to September 2022 Elrond cost is guessed to generally show up essentially possible level of 87.79 which really is very huge. The Egld cost could show up at a most fundamentally outrageous possible level of 99.97 with the commonplace guess cost of 91.71 which truly is genuinely huge. Elrond value expectation October 2022 the expense of Elrond especially is expected to generally reach at the barely the least most certainly worth of 90.54 in 2022 the Egld cost could especially show up at a biggest for the most part worth of 10,363 with the run-of-the-mill trading cost of 94.46 all through 2022 which is very critical. Elrond Egld value expectation November 2022 with respect to November 2022 Elrond cost by and large is figure to show up at a most decreased possible level of 93.38. The Egld cost could in every practical sense show up at a biggest possible level of 10,741 with the normal figure cost of 97.30 or so. They for the most part thought Elrond value expectation December 2022 the expense of Elrond by and large is expected to generally arrive at in any event of worth of 97.27 in 2022 in every way that really matters huge way. The Egld cost could for the most latest 1 month the expense of and so on lessened by 41,999 killing a bewildering especially typical measure of 1788 from its continuous worth in an unobtrusive manner. This startling down suggests that the coin by and large is in plunge right now inferring that it will in general be a respectable buy. An important sort of entryway for quick hypothesis, which generally is very critical. The 90 days cost change really is close 28.87 and the expense flowed from a base commonplace expense of 34.16 to most noteworthy ordinary expense of 35.38 in the past 90 days, which in every practical sense is very huge. Ethereum exemplary truly is someplace close 27.91. With the best regular expense of the coin essentially was around 45.01 and the base ordinary worth of was around 28.73 in past 4 months, Ethereum especially exemplary. Value figure 2022 facts what will sort of be Ethereum really exemplary sort of worth in 2022, which for the most part is genuinely critical and so on cost in every practical sense is assessed to in every way that really matters show up at a most truly outrageous level of 27.22, with certainly the smallest expense of 23.51, close to the completion of 2022. Does Ethereum certainly exemplary for the most part have a future to the extent that worth Ethereum genuinely exemplary essentially has a truly remarkable potential to in every practical sense show up at new levels in spite of prevalent thinking it essentially is figure that and so forth will increase in regard in a truly significant way. According to unequivocal trained professionals and business specialists Ethereum really exemplary can in every practical sense rock the boat in and out of town cost of 80,115 till 2030. Is Ethereum essentially exemplary, truly worth buying in 2022? In an extremely significant manner, Ethereum Classics extremely worth by and large, should especially continue to reach out, as need will in exceptionally broad help cost rise generously. Note there fundamentally is a bet to any hypothesis in every way that really matters in spite of mainstream thinking. Essentially explicitly put assets into what you can generally accomplish preceding arriving at any goals, and generally lead the best investigation possibly. Value figure, January 2023 and January 2023. The expense of Ethereum genuinely exemplary, is assessed to especially be at around a base sort of worth of 2306, which generally is genuinely critical. The Ethereum most certainly exemplary, worth most certainly worth, can show up at a restriction of 2622, with the ordinary trading worth of 2549, and Ethereum fundamentally exemplary. Value expectation February 2023. The expense of Ethereum truly exemplary fundamentally is expected to reach in any event, most certainly worth of 2554 in 2023. Which basically is very huge. The and so on cost could especially show up at a generally exceptionally outrageous pretty worth of 2749, with the regular trading cost of 2651 all through 2023. Which truly is genuinely critical etc. Value figure Walk 2023. In Walk 2023, the expense of Ethereum especially exemplary, truly is gauged to be at around a base worth of 2582. The Ethereum genuinely exemplary worth sort of worth can in every practical sense show up at a constraint of 2881. With the ordinary trading truly worth of 2704, and Ethereum exemplary, and so on. Value figure April 2023. For April, the expense of Ethereum exemplary explicitly is expected to explicitly show up at a common month-to-month farthest truly reaches of 2758, while the coin will trade between a constraint of 2990 and its sort of the least 2636, which explicitly is very huge Ethereum buy and large work of art, and so on. Value expectation May 2023. Concerning May 2023, Ethereum exemplary expense in a real sense is guessed to show up at a most diminished possible level of 2719. The and so on cost could generally show up at a most outrageous possible level of 3128, with the normal gauge cost of 2840. Ethereum genuinely exemplary, and so on. Value figure June 2023. For June, the expense of Ethereum by and large exemplary really is expected to show up at a run-of-the-mill month-to-month in a real sense, the farthest especially reaches of 2897, while the coin will trade between a constraint of 3270 and no less than 2800. Incredibly Ethereum exceptionally exemplary. Value conjecture July 2023. The very ordinary expense of Ethereum most certainly exemplary and so forth could essentially go to 3013 toward July's end, in spite of prevalent thinking etc. could especially be